Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
Naj and Jay here with Tony Tyaire.
That would be me.
90s R&B superstar, however you slice it. I guess we should start with talking about your role in this play, The Entanglement.
That is a good question because I've been busy traveling, doing on tour, doing spot dates, and I've done a couple of other plays. So if I'm being completely honest,
Yes, please.
I just cracked the script today.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I just cracked
That's
the script.
impressive, actually.
Okay.
Like, I'm
alright.
impressed. I've been seeing it.
But
yeah.
my character, he's a player. And we all know the entanglement situation that was recently brought to light by certain celebrities.
Yes.
And so I think that this is.
You're not gonna smack anybody, are you?
Oh, we didn't even ask that.
I don't know.
Right.
I would like to actually smack somebody on stage. I mean, it would just be so dope if I did. I don't think I slap anybody.
Oh God.
But we do clown in a whole lot of other ways.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
So, how did you get involved with this play?
Well, I've known Priest.
Oh.
Well, I've known who he is for many years. But this is my first time working with him. A lot of my friends have worked with him in the past. And I don't know what made him decide that I was the right fit for this role. But I'm gonna try to represent for all the players in the house.
Absolutely.
Even though I'm not a player, my player days are over.
He said my
Don't want to be
player
a player no more.
We would never think that you were a player based upon like, When I'm With You. That was a classic wedding
That's
song.
when I was a player.
Right, exactly. That's the worst one. In the heyday, right? Absolutely.
Go ahead. You're good.
So, can you talk a little bit about what you have going on right now outside of this?
Well, last night I played City Winery in Atlanta.
Nice.
It was great.
Oh, that place is popping.
Yeah, it was great. There's one here. Well, there's one in
One in
Philly.
Philly.
I keep thinking we're in Philly, but we're not.
Okay.
We're,
all
we're
right.
close to Philly.
We're
Then
close.
cut the show.
But look, I do got a bone to pick with Delaware.
Oh no.
What's up with the shopping bags, man? I went shopping and I bought a whole rack of stuff. And, I'm ringing up my stuff.
Yeah.
And I got my stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. It's courtesy.
Right.
It's not even a question that you ask. You just put your stuff in a bag.
Right.
So I'm like,
Oh Lord.
What do I do?
She's like, we don't have any bags. I'm saying, so like, did you run out?
Oh
No.
Okay,
That's a great point from an outer state.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
That's
Why?
We have a
Film-
bag band, a plastic bag band.
I was like, well, wait a minute. What am I supposed to do with my stuff?
Right,
You gonna hold it?
That's a legitimate right.
I'm just supposed to take my stuff out of the store in my hands into my car.
Listen.
She's
Governor
like,
Carney,
yes.
I know you know who we are, Nines and Jay.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
for out-of-staters, we're going to have to do something a little bit better for
We gotta have
royalty
a
like
courtesy
this.
bag.
It took me for a loop there for a second.
Fair
Oh
enough.
my gosh.
So now I know to bring my own bag.
Yes. Have you ever been to Delaware before?
I had, but it was prior to the bad band.
Okay.
Prior to the bad band.
He's scarred for life now.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So, how long have you been acting?
Well, what people don't know, most people, is that my career started as an actor.
Oh.
I graduated from the Duke Ellington School of the Arts.
In D.C.?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I stayed in D.C. for like 2 years, and then
Okay.
I was off to New York, pursuing my passion.
Yeah.
My first gig was an acting job that I didn't sing at all.
What was it? What was the?
It was a small part in the Black Nativity, which is a piece that happens every year somewhere in the world.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, so then how did you make, I'm not trying to do the whole biopic right now, but like how did you go from that point to the R&B superstar,
Well, thank you for that, superstar. I never call my.
If anyone over the age of 30 who was black knows, knew what you did. So yeah.
Well, it was always my desire. I can't say passion, but maybe yes. I've been a singer like my whole life. So the question of what I was going to do with my life was never really something that I had to ask myself.
Okay.
I just assumed that it would be music.
Okay.
And so did my family. So
Wow.
we just moved like that's what it was. So the next thing that came about was that made sense for me to do. I did it, and so I grew up in church singing, but you know, I grew up singing R&B music and gospel music and country and western music. When the opportunity came to sing, I wasn't even trying to pursue a record deal when I got one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was in New York. I was pretty much over it.
Okay.
And ready to go back to DC. But the night before that happened, I went to a club and some strange guy heard me singing and gave me a card. Well, that strange guy turned out to be Ted Courier, who had produced George Clinton's Atomic Dog.
Oh.
Wow.
And a few other massive hits.
Oh my gosh.
So
okay.
Wow.
the thing that kind of impressed me about him was, you know, everybody was kind of talking a big game. Oh boy, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make you a this or that.
Yeah.
And he didn't say any of that. He was just cool with it. He was like, you know, give me a call sometime. And I don't remember why I didn't go home, because that was a long time ago. But I held on to his card for a couple of weeks. And I called him late at night, maybe 11.
Wow.
And he was excited to hear from me, like, what took you so long kind of energy.
Well, that's cool, because he went from cool to excited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was excited to hear
Yeah.
from me and invited me to the studio that night. And I was in New Jersey, so I'm thinking, I gotta catch the bus to the train station, catch the path to New York, then catch the subway up
Oh
to,
my goodness.
you know, it was more than a notion. But I went,
Yeah.
and I met one of my homeboys that lived in New York there. And he was just high-strung, New Yorican kind of energy dude.
Oh, yeah.
And I go in there, I go into the studio, and he has Parliament Funkadelic in there.
Wow.
And I was like, I was
blown away.
completely blown away because I was a huge fan.
I have so many questions, but I'll you have
I
time.
learned a lot. I learned a lot in that few minutes. But my friend,
Was George in there?
George was not there, but
Okay.
most,
But all of those wild.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of them. Oh, it was, because quite a few of them have passed on.
Okay.
But my friend Daryl Mull, he was, you know, talking smack. Like, man, if you put my man in the booth, you'll find all them jokers. And I'm like, bro, whoa.
Right.
Cut it, you know,
Don't do that.
cut it out, like, for real. And so, but Ted's curiosity was piqued. He
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, well, let's see.
Yeah.
So he calls those guys out, Parliament.
Right.
And
Like, who
since
does
being
that?
there-
But go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just working. So he ended up firing them.
What did you
Can
sing?
you believe it?
What did you
No,
sing?
I was recording. Like, they were giving me parts to sing.
Oh my
For
gosh.
this project that they were working on, and I was nailing it. Boom, boom. One take, I was nailing it. And they gave me the job. Like, they were already working,
Yeah.
and they fired them.
Wow.
And they gave me the job. So I'm there, I'm in there recording, you know, every day. And then one day, I had been in the studio for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and his wife comes in and she asks me to come into one of the conference rooms and sing for some people that were there. But I didn't know who the people were.
Yeah.
I had been singing for a couple of hours, so my voice was
You're a little
good and
tired.
warm.
Oh, you were warm.
I was
Okay.
warm. I was
All right.
ready.
All right.
So I went in and I was 20, so you know, 20.
Oh,
you know, I was ready.
Yep.
I went in and sang for the people, and when I left that room, I had a 7-album deal.
Oh my
I had no
God.
idea.
What did you sing?
I sang "Oh So Long for This Night I Pray."
Yeah. Okay.
Have a star
Yeah.
to guide you my way.
Yeah.
I didn't know who they were. I
Wow.
had no idea that it was the vice president of black music at Capitol Records and his whole team. They were all there, and
And they're like,
Right. Like, here you go.
there it was, so it wasn't a situation where I was preparing for it. I was nervous, and I didn't know what it was. They were just regular people,
Right.
And I was just singing for people.
Doing what you
and
do.
I had no idea who they were, so I was impressed. I was like, what? Wait a minute, what just happened?
Wow.
now when
Wait a minute now.
okay, good, because I'll keep going. I got questions. We're both singers, so you got to understand that I have sung your song in my
wow,
So
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I have a deep appreciation.
That's
so
awesome.
go ahead. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So in that moment when you're walking out of the room and you know what's going on, what was your body feeling? What was going through your head?
I had to get back to work.
Right.
I had to finish what I was working on.
Okay.
But
Right.
no, it was excitement,
Yeah.
uncertainty,
Yeah.
because I wasn't sure that what just happened really just happened.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like what really just happened.
Right.
Like, what was that?
Yes. Yeah.
And then I was at Capitol Records recording. But interestingly, they wanted me to record Nat King Cole's catalog.
Wow.
God,
And
that's quite an undertaking, to say the
I
least.
wasn't trying to hear that. But
Wow.
I didn't have a mentor because I didn't know that actually Nat King Cole built Capitol Records. Literally,
Wow.
his music is the reason that Capitol Records exists today.
They gonna throw that on your shoulders. Wow.
And so I just, I was like, nah, ain't nobody trying to hear that. I'm 20. All this great music, and then they want me to sing Nat King Cole songs. I couldn't.
It wasn't the time for that.
I couldn't like wrap my brain around it.
Yeah.
And so the guy who was responsible for me at the label in the A&R department was fired
Oh.
and sent to Epic. Now, the music business is an ego-driven business.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So,
We
so
know.
the new A&R guy comes in
Yeah.
who didn't sign me.
Okay.
So I didn't belong to him.
Oh.
So he really wasn't interested
Yeah.
in me. He was interested in the acts that he brought to the label,
Right.
because he wanted to make his mark as an A&R guy. So because of that, the guy who was responsible for me was hired at Epic, and he convinced them to buy my contract from Capitol.
Jeez, it's already so convoluted.
Before I sang a note.
Oh my God.
Before I sang a note. So now I'm at Epic, and I'm at Epic with Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, Tina Marie, Mariah Carey was on the other side.
My God.
And
Are you spinning? Are you
I was like,
processing?
well,
spinning.
I was like,
Processing.
Right.
well, they couldn't figure out what to do. Like, who am I?
Yeah.
I actually, at that time, I didn't know.
Yeah,
As a
yeah.
singer, as an artist. So if you listen to my first album, it's kind of all over the place. It was, pop, bubblegum pop. It was a little grown up. It was a little this, a little bit of that. Because, we just kind of wanted to see what was going to stick.
Right.
So the second album, was a little more grounded.
Yeah.
Had a little more mature themes. And that's when it started to settle. They started to realize that they had a real artist.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought, like when it was time to choose With You as the single, when I chose it,
Do you remember, if you don't mind, do you remember when that song hit your ears and you're like,
With You?
yes?
Yeah, I
Were
remember.
you like,
I
oh,
remember
this is it?
I remember the specific moment because the guy that wrote it, Raymond Reeder, wrote it about a girl in high school that, in my mind, was my girlfriend.
Okay.
So, in his mind, she was his girlfriend. So he wrote the song about her.
Wow.
With You was written about her. And
But you're instantly connected to it.
I was
Yeah.
instantly. So when I asked him, why did you write the song? Because I want to know that, so I
Yeah.
can connect to the song.
Yeah.
Why did you write the song? Where did it come
Wow.
from? And he was like, do you know Vivian? I can say her name now because
Ooh.
she knows. I was like, yeah, I know Vivian. What's she got to do with this?
Entanglement.
An entanglement.
You never said.
Oh my God.
An entanglement.
Look at God.
He was like, I wrote about Vivian. I was like, wow. Vivian.
Wow.
And so I knew, like, right away. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
even hear the whole song. I think it got to It's For Real What I Feel When I'm With You the first time. And I stopped it. I was like, when we going to work?
Let's go.
And kind of the rest is history in that. Except
How many takes is to record the song? Do you remember like how long you were in
lots.
the studio?
But I remember that vocal is a composition of 10 performances.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. These are the
So
things a lot of people don't
I
understand.
sang the song 10 times. You know what comping is.
Yeah.
I sang the song 10 times or so, maybe more or maybe even a little less. But and then they comped, took all the cherry-picked all the best lines and created a new lead.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn that.
Yeah.
Right. And so you finally sang that once they pieced
No,
that
no,
together?
no. Once they
left
pieced
that
it together,
there.
that's what it was.
And you
Yeah.
learned that and sang
like
it
a
from there.
performance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
Because
My
all the takes were, performances. They were attempts for final performances. So we just cherry pick the good stuff.
Yeah, I always find that part of the process to be really kind of
And
magical.
when it's an analog process, it was really.
Oh my God.
Now it's digital.
There's no Pro Tools, right? I'm not even thinking about that.
No, we're cutting tape. We're
My God.
literally slicing tape.
The dedication.
We're literally.
Well, the skill of the people to slice the
Yes,
tape.
the
Right.
dedication. I'm telling you. So, okay,
Absolutely.
so fast forward, and we've got all these R&B singers out. We got the Ushers, we got the Chris Browns, we've got the who else we got? Name some other ones.
Anyone.
Neo.
All of them.
Yeah.
Who are you impressed by?
Well, all those names.
Okay.
I think that they all have something.
Okay.
Chris, they're all undeniable with their talent.
Yeah.
And all of them have made a mark.
Yeah.
So I can't really take away from what, the mark that they've made. And there are lots of even more current than them, because
Yeah.
now they're considered old school.
Yeah.
Actually, Chris Brown is old school.
Crazy,
You
right?
know? Now we're talking Jacquees and
Oh God.
who I'm not so
No,
afraid.
no.
No, you can cut that. You can edit that. You can say that. You can edit
Put
that.
that in there so Jacquees can see it and he can sing it. Let him sing it. Well, they just called you, so we're gonna let you go.
Okay.
We just want to say thank you so much
And
for
for
this
your time.
opportunity.
That's my pleasure.
You will see him when you buy your ticket.
To the entanglement.
Okay, May 13th and 14th at the Grand Opera House in Wilmington, Delaware.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Y'all, we said.
Yeah. Cool.